Alright guys, so with it being closer to the first of the year, I figured it would be a good idea to do my top 5 true wireless earbuds for the gym, or just being active. Now, I know it's February, and there's probably already some people that have given up on their New Year's resolution that they started in January, but it's better late than never, and I actually went into this list making a criteria, like certain things that these earbuds had to do, because there's certain things that I think an earbud should do if you're gonna use them in the gym. And some of those criterias are, I felt like the earbuds should have active noise canceling, because if you're in the gym, you definitely want to be able to block out any kind of music that the gym might be playing themselves. And I also felt like they needed to have good transparency mode. That way, if somebody does come up to talk to you, you can just switch it into that mode and talk to them. Or if you're just running and you need to hear cars and traffic and things like that, you could just switch it over into that mode. And then the other thing I felt they needed was some sort of water resistance, because it may be that you sweat heavily or you're using these outdoors and it starts to rain. So it does need to be a little bit resistance against some water. And then I also felt like these pairs should be great with media, basically where there's no lag. Because some people in the gym like to watch TV shows or movies, so you don't need any kind of lag when you're watching those type of things. And I also felt that they needed a dynamic sound. Again, I think this just kind of helps motivate you in the gym. You don't want something that's flat and lifeless. It's just not gonna get you pumped up to do what you do. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into this list. Do keep in mind, these are not reviews, nor have I tried every earbud out there. These are just ones that I've tested, and these are ones that I recommend if you're just looking for a pair to use while being active. So we're gonna go ahead and start with number 5. Now number 5 on the list is the Earfun Pro 2. This pair does retail for 79 bucks, although right now on Amazon you can pick them up for 59. This pair does have ANC and transparency, and they do both of these modes very well, especially considering the price. And this pair also has a low latency mode, so again, if you're gonna use these for media, you don't have to worry about lag. Now, as far as the battery life that these have, they do get around 6 hours on the earbuds, with around 30 hours using the case. And it also has a quick charge feature where a 10-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. And as far as water resistance, these do come in at IPX5, so you don't have to worry about that. And then inside the box, they do give you 3 sets of ear tips, but they also include ear hooks, or basically fins, to keep your earbuds in place while you're being active, so you don't have to worry about them moving around. Now, as far as the sound signature that these have, this is definitely a dynamic sound signature. There is a lot of emphasis on the low end, but they definitely make sure to bump up the treble quite a bit as well. So you have this really dynamic, like U-shaped sound signature. And again, this just matches being in the gym. So I think this is an excellent value coming in at 59 bucks, and that's why the Earfun Pro 2s come in at number 5. So now moving to number 4 on the list, and I would consider this probably to be the smartest earbud on the list, and that is the Nura True. Now this is definitely not a cheap earbud, because these do retail for 199 bucks, but when you use Nura's app, it basically kind of walks you through some hearing tests, and it tries to build an EQ or cater the sound around what it thinks you prefer. And this is definitely the bassiest pair on the list as well. And again, I think having a bass heavy earbud is really important in the gym, because when you mix a boomy bass and you're listening to like anything that's trying to get you pumped up, having that definitely helps. Now this pair also has an active noise canceling and what they call a social mode. Social mode is obviously the transparency mode, and both of these modes work very well on this pair. I think the active noise canceling is definitely strong, and that social mode makes it very easy to hear your surroundings. Now, as far as the battery life on this pair, you are going to get about 6 hours on the earbuds, with around 24 hours using the case. It does have an IPX4 rating, so it's, you know, even though it's at the bottom of the barrel, this is normal with pairs that have active noise canceling, and IPX4 will be fine against sweat and rain and things like that. And then when it comes to what they've included inside the box, you do get 5 sets of ear tips, and they also include 2 different sizes of the wing tips as well. And this goes back to keeping the earbuds kind of secure in your ear, so you don't have to worry about them moving around while you're doing whatever you need to do. So although it's not a cheap pair coming in at 200 bucks, having that very boomy bass heavy sound and solid active noise canceling and a really good social mode is definitely what makes the Nura True stand out, and that's why I put them in at number 4. So now number 3 on the list, and this is the one that's probably the most geared towards working out, is the Jaybird Vista 2s. Now right now these come in retailing at around 149 bucks. And their app is also giving you a lot of different features. There's a ton of different EQ options, even ones that other users can submit. It has excellent active noise canceling and what they call a surround sense mode. These are very good at being able to hear your surroundings. It's also very good at blocking a lot of that out if you need to. Now this pair, because it's made specifically for working out, is easily the most stable while they're in your ears. The ear hooks that they give you in this pair definitely keeps them in place. I mean, you can shake your head as much as you want to. You never have to worry about these moving around. And then as far as the battery life, they do get around 8 hours on the earbuds with around 24 hours using the case. This pair also has a fast charge feature where a 5-minute charge will get you an hour's worth of use. And one thing that definitely makes this pair stand out compared to the others is its IP rating, and not even just on the earbuds. The case itself even has an IP rating of IP54, so there's water and dust protection on the case, while the earbuds have an IP68 rating. So it's basically waterproof and dust proof. And that just gives you peace of mind that you can just use them wherever you need to. And it's also rated at having military grade durability. So it has shock resistance. And this is the one pair on the list that you could just use and you don't really have to worry about them getting damaged or messed up no matter what kind of environment you're in. Now, when it comes to the sound that these have, again, because there's so many different EQ options, you can basically get these to sound however you want them to. I think out of the box, the sound on these are just great the way that they are. Again, they kind of lean towards having that U-shaped consumer sound that a lot of people like. So it is a bass heavy pair. It has a nice, bright, clean treble, and the mids are able to keep up and stand out no matter what genre you're listening to. So this is definitely a pair that's aimed specifically for working out, and it has some impressive features, and that's why I put the Jaybird Vista 2s in at number 3. Now, number 2 on the list is probably the most do-it-all type of earbud. This is the easiest one to recommend to anybody if they're looking for a pair to work out, if they're looking for a pair to use at home or at work, because it has so many features and it has excellent audio. And the pair I'm talking about is the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros, which usually retails for about 170 or 179 bucks, but right now on Amazon they're marked down to 129 bucks. And I think that is probably one of the best deals you're gonna find on a pair of earbuds, because this pair has active noise canceling that competes with a lot of the top tier earbuds. The transparency mode on here is great as well because the mics do a very good job of picking up your surroundings. It also does a very good job if you're going to be taking calls as well. But Soundcore has an app that is giving you a lot of different EQ options. It also has a listening mode that adapts to whatever your surroundings are in. Another standout feature about this pair is it does have multi-point connection. So if you're in the gym and maybe you're watching a movie on your tablet, and somebody calls in on your phone, you can just switch over to that, take the call, and it's not something where you have to disconnect from your device, and it just kind of takes a lot of the work out of that. And then as far as the IP rating, these do come in rated at IPX4. You do get different size wingtips, so you won't have an issue being able to get a good fit to keep these in your ears. And the battery life on these are also very impressive because you're going to get around 8 hours on the earbuds themselves with around 32 hours using the case. And it also has a very impressive fast charge feature where a 15-minute charge will get you 3 hours of use. And then when it comes to the audio quality, this pair is high-res audio certified. It has LDAC support, so you can get some of the best Bluetooth quality that you're gonna get on any earbuds. It is definitely tuned out of the box to have that really in-your-face dynamic sound. But what makes this pair also kind of impressive when it comes to audio quality is the spaciousness that's in the sound. It's just something that Soundcore is able to do with the tuning of their earbuds, where it just adds a little bit more space than you're getting with other earbuds. So this is definitely a special pair that just delivers pretty much on all aspects, and that is what puts the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros in at number 2. So after saying all of that about number 2, you're probably going to be a little confused as to why I didn't make those number one. But I felt like the Beats Fit Pro was a better option for working out, and that's why I put them in at number one. Now, this pair does come in at $199, so again, this is not a cheap pair, but I think Apple did something really special with the Beats Fit Pros because they basically outdid their AirPods Pros and came in at a cheaper price. I mean, $199, although it's not cheap, is a better option than the AirPods Pros. This pair does have the H1 chip, so it easily connects to your iPhone, and if you have a Mac or a MacBook or anything Apple related, it's definitely easy to switch between all of these devices with this chip. And this chip also has the spatial audio mode, and it also gives you the ability to share audio. So if you're in the gym and maybe your wife or one of your kids are around and they're using a pair of Beats, you can share your audio so that they're listening to the same thing that you're listening to. They may not want to do that, but it is nice that that feature's built in. And you don't have to worry if you don't have an Apple device. These earbuds work just as fine with an Android device, but you can definitely tell that these were made geared a little bit more towards Apple products. And another thing that definitely made me put these in at number one is this pair has the same level of active noise canceling and transparency that the AirPod Pros have as well. And this is a standout feature because I feel like it blocks out a ton of my surroundings. And these have excellent mics, so they do a very good job, not only if you're gonna take phone calls, but also being able to hear your surroundings and have it sound pretty natural. It doesn't have that overemphasized digital sound like a lot of other earbuds do, so it works really well in those type of environments. Now, as far as the battery life on these, they do get around 6 hours on the earbuds and about 24 hours using the case. It does have a fast charge feature where a 5-minute charge will get you about an hour's worth of use. And of course, this pair does have the ear fins, and really this pair never moved throughout the whole time that I've used these. And then as far as any level of water resistance, it is coming in at that IPX4, so it's not completely waterproof, but it'll be fine against sweat and rain or any type of light splashes. And then when it comes to the audio quality, this is the one thing that made the Beats Fit Pros stand out to me the most, at least amongst a lot of other Beats products, because Beats is definitely going in a direction to have a cleaner sound. They're not the muddy, bass-heavy sound that a lot of the original Beats had. So this is an extremely clear sounding pair of earbuds. I think the treble is excellent. I think they did a very good job with the mids. And of course it does have some pretty nice punch in the low end, but you can tell that that's not like the main focus. So I just really like the spaciousness that this pair has. I love the clarity, and it just works great with not only music, but it does a really good job with movies and TV shows and things like that. So I think this is a very good, well-rounded pair. I think this is actually a pretty decent value coming from Apple with it being a Beats product. And I definitely feel like they deserve to be at the top of this list. But guys, that wraps up my top 5 true wireless earbuds for the gym or just doing anything active. So thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.